This is Eve for eMiniWizard.com and MarketWizards.com. Mining traders use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. We are at the open on the 24th of January, 2019. And we're opening right in the middle of all of these moving averages. We can see that gap is 38 and a quarter. These lines are moving upwards, trying to support right now. Market is trying to get above the rain line and stay there for the longs. And I think we're going to get a little bit of chop first. Got a couple other reports out this morning too, I believe. I'm remembering correctly, Thursday the 24th, we've got 945 manufacturing PMI, services PMI, and 10 o'clock we've got leading economic indicators. So pay attention to that idea that we've got some reports coming out that will affect the market probably. Now the gap is 38 and a quarter. We are moving into rising moving averages. So theoretically, this is support for now, trying to hold. If we take out, obviously, the 40, then the rest of that overnight range is also available. So this box I'm looking at right now is the end of the day rotations yesterday. And because we don't have a really big distance to go to the gap, there's not a huge edge right here, especially for short since we're underneath the gap. So this is a range type trade. We looked at the 60-minute chart over and under the blue line right now, and we've got the pivot point right in here at this 34 area. So this is still a range trade from overnight. And critical that the longs try to hold this 32 for now. So we're testing the angel. And we still have a range trade, basically, until proven otherwise. Thrust was down. Had a bounce. The second thrust was down, and that is a contra to the overnight range from low to high until we take out the low. Once we do that, then that will reverse, if we do that. Should be a fairly choppy open, I would think. And don't forget, we've got news coming out at 9:45. Next significant low is this 25 from yesterday. Clearly support until broken. On the upside, got the demon back here, that 49, and then the high. So range type trade for now, all we know. Middle trade's much harder than obviously at the end where you have a fairly defined resistance, because this could have poked up here another couple of points and still been under the highs. This chart we're looking at for longer term ideas. Medium term ideas right in here. Support box was our fighting box. Resistance box. Been a lot of pollen here the last couple of days. Got some rain going on right now. Maybe a tough day to get to the pool. We'll see. Not a lot of activity underneath this 37. Range type trade if you're playing ahead of the next news. Usually half gaps and gaps are things that we look for during IB. And a reminder of this chart. So what we're saying is this is the pipe from a 2-day range. And theoretically, we spend about 40% of the time in this range. And this is kind of like the tug of war zone to see who wins it. So far, we've run into some resistance overnight. And the market is testing support. Testing resistance, testing support. And you can see that pretty graphically over here with your angels and demons. Really nice game they set up this morning in a very contained box. And I said earlier in the room that the longs really need to start to not only just get out of my territory and create some defense, but they need to create offense too, because this pattern has been lower highs, lower lows after a blistering start to the year. And you can see why I thought would be somewhat choppy at the open. When it follows this pattern, like an umbrella trade, nothing better than moving averages. When they start to get congested like this, much harder. Testing support. And my suggestion at the news event, 9:45, if you're in the market, good idea to go sideline ahead of it. All we know is this little profit-taking swing, testing support. Market will not plunge, won't break out big ahead of the next set of news coming out. Range type trade.